One thing I was asked at James Street South is how to make a good stock. So today what I'm going to do is make a basic lamb stock. And the lamb stock is just your hind quarter, just the bones with a wee bit of meat on them. We're going to roast off golden brown into the oven, probably about 45 minutes to an hour. So it's really good caramelization, sweetness, and probably around about 170 to 180. That'll be the temperature of the oven, so you make sure you don't burn them. That's one thing you definitely don't want to do, but you want to render all that fat off. And then while the bones are cooking, I'm going to caramelize off my mirepoix, which is just your shallots, your carrot, your celery, your leek, and then finish it off with a bouquet garni, which is just the standard bouquet garni, which is thyme, bay leaf, your peppercorns, your garlic, your flat leaf parsley. I'm going to caramelize all that down, add the bones to it, and then just add water to it, touch of garlic, and then we're just going to cook out for around about 4.5 hours, skimming as we're going. So we're trying to take as much fat and impurities out as possible, so we've got a good clear stock. And that's the whole aim behind the stock. So from having a good stock, then you can make a good jus, but we'll do that later on. Just going to put the bones now into the pan. Just put them in, give them plenty of room, break them apart, so they caramelize nice and well, and just going to place that in the oven. While the bones are roasting, I'm just going to now caramelize off the vegetables. I'm just going to put a little bit of a vegetable in there to start with, and then we're going to start putting the vegetables in. First of all, in with the shallots, carrots, the leeks, and the celery. I'm just going to hold it back off a wee minute on the herbs, the bouquet garni. So we're just going to let them there and let them caramelize down for about 15 to 20 minutes and get nice caramelization on them. The mirepoix is just sweating down there. I'm just going to add the parsley to it and some rosemary, thyme, bay leaf, some peppercorns. That's just at the moment now. I'm just going to add that there, and then just start sweating it down nicely like so. And I think I'm going to add in 2 cloves of garlic as well. Use the setting tongs because they're very hot. Just going to add the bones in, trying to drain as much fat off as possible. So the key is as little fat as possible going into your stock. So then we just add the water. Just add one more, like so. Wonderful. So there's the beginning of the stock. I'm just going to cook it out for about 4.5 hours, 5 hours, skimming as we're going along. And if it needs topped up a little bit more water, if it reduces down, just add a bit more water to it and skim off again. The key is getting as much fat out of it as possible and get the stock as clean as possible. So this is probably about half an hour into the process of making the stock. And already, see, it just hasn't come to boil. Even now it's still very, very clear. But the key is to get all this out of it. You know, all the impurities, all these bubbles, all this foam is just the impurities of the lamb. And being just where it's working there, I'm just going to turn up a wee tad just to get it going. So you just see those wee bubbles coming through in it. You don't want to go any further than that, any faster than that. Just those tiny wee bubbles coming up, that's just what you want to see. And just let it keep on cooking away. And you're taking all the flavour out of all the vegetables, the lamb. It's going to taste absolutely beautiful. So the stock's now been on for about 4.5 hours, 5 hours nearly. It's just topped up again water, give it its final skim, and look absolutely beautiful. Very, very clear, very, very clean. Moment I'm just going to give it a wee taste, see how much flavour's in it. You can really get that coming through, it's lovely. So I'm just going to now pass it off. Just pass through a fine shell masher, just any impurities, any vegetables just catching. So a clean stock, no fat whatsoever, good clarity to it, makes a really good jus. That's the key of a good stock.